Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in last lecture, we have started the revision of unit number 5th, right? And we have completed the half part. Okay. We have studied about the testing for the combinational logic design, combinational logic circuits, different methods that are used for the testing of combinational logic. Okay. Today, we will discuss about the testing of sequential logic circuits. Okay, there are different methods for sequential logic testing also that we will discuss. So what are the different methods that are available for the testing of sequential logic uh, circuits? Can anyone? What are the methods that we are using for the testing of sequential logic circuits? There are basic three methods, right? Which are those?
Scan path test and built-in self-test.
Scan part test, built-in self-test. Okay, and the last one is
Boundary scan.
boundary scan. Very right. So scan part test, built-in self-test, and boundary scan. Boundary scan can be known as JTAG. Okay, so these are the three popularly used method for the testing of sequential logic. Right. Then this is the scan part testing. How we are performing the scan part testing? So and always remember, this scan part testing does not affect the working of the circuit. Okay, that means, see, you can see the combinational circuit. Okay, built for the some other purpose. So, what is advantage of this scan part testing? You can operate circuit as well as test the circuit simultaneously. That means that testing circuit will not affect the operation of that circuit, right? Testing of that circuit will not affect the working or operation of that circuit. You can that circuit can perform simultaneously as well as it can undergo the testing also, right? And this is the advantage of this scan part testing. So now next thing is how we are doing this. Okay, so this is a typical scan part testing. So this can be executed in three steps, okay, that we have discussed. First, what you have to do, you have to enable the scan mode, or you have to enable the scan pin, right? This pin, scan pin. Then scan in the data. पहिली स्टेप काय, हे स्कॅन पिन इनेबल करायची आणि हा स्कॅन इन डेटा इथे द्यायचा, किंवा यू हॅव टू इनपुट द स्कॅन इन. दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप. व्हॉट इज नेक्स्ट स्टेप? डिसेबल द स्कॅन पिन अँड अप्लाय वन क्लॉक सायकल. व्हॉट इज सेकंड स्टेप? ही स्कॅन पिन आहे ती डिसेबल करायची आणि क्लॉक सायकल अप्लाय करायची, अप्लाय वन क्लॉक सायकल. अँड व्हॉट इज थर्ड पिन अगेन? in third case, enable scan pin and scan out the data. म्हणजे तिसऱ्या स्टेप मध्ये स्कॅन पिन इनेबल करायची आणि हा डेटा जो आहे स्कॅन आउट डेटा, यू हॅव टू ऑब्झर्व दिस स्कॅन आउट डेटा. In these three steps, we are operating this or we are conducting this scan part testing. What are three steps? First, enable scan pin, scan in the data. This is the first step. What is second step? Disable the scan pin, apply one clock cycle. This is the second step. And what is third step? Enable the scan pin, and observe the scan out. Observe the scan out data. This is the third step. In these three steps, we are actually carry out the scan part testing. Okay, same thing is explained here. Now the next is built-in self-test. Okay, as the name indicates, this particularly circuit is inbuilt on any chip or any board, right? And these tests are especially used for the checking of large boards. Okay, and that to be a automatically. That to be a automatically built-in self-test means what? In that board only there is a testing facility provided. In that board only there is a testing facility provided. So it is about the built-in self-test. What is next? So this built-in self-test again have three main types. Okay, LFSR, then built-in logic block observer, and signature analysis, right? So this built-in self-test can be carried out in these three, again you can say sub methods: LFSR, the built-in logic block observer, and third one is a signature analysis. Okay, now what is LFSR? That you know, right? So it's a linear feedback shift register. So you can arrange it in a series fashion, or you can arrange it in a parallel fashion also. That means you can take output parallelly, or you can take output serially, no problem. That is depending upon your application. What is difference between serial and parallel operation is time required will be changing. That means for parallel it is a kind of fast operation, in a serial case it is kind of slow operation. Okay, and as it is a modulo 2 addition, that's why this circuit is known as linear circuit. Okay, now the next is a signature analysis. Okay, now again this single input compressor circuit, this multiple input compressor circuit, this is sake for your understanding. Actually this part is not expected in your syllabus, so you can just have a look on this. Okay, now next type of circuit is a built-in logic block observer. Okay, again this circuit can serve the different purposes. That means depending upon its mode, right? It has four modes of operation. So based on that modes, you can operate this circuit, okay, either in a normal mode or in a reset. You can reset this circuit. You can operate it in a scan path mode, or you can operate scan path is nothing but pattern generation, or yes, scan path is nothing but pattern generation, and rest you can operate as a LFSR, linear feedback shift register. That means you can operate this circuit in a normal mode, or you can operate in a or you can simply reset this circuit. Okay, or you can use it as a scan path, or you can use it as a LFSR. So depending upon that M1 and M2 value, it may be a 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So what value you are applying at that M1 and M2 pin, depending upon that circuit will behave accordingly, right? Circuit will behave accordingly. So you know that modes, right? We have discussed the same thing. Now third part is a signature analysis. Okay, what do you mean by this signature analysis? So this circuit normally used to generate, okay, the sets or the input, okay, with the help of some modulo 2 addition. Signature analysis means what? You have to generate some small test vectors, right? It will be a kind of signature, and based on that test vectors, you are going to validate the circuit. You are going to validate the circuit, right? So this is a signature analysis using Bilbo. So this example is especially used for signature analysis with the help of built-in logic block observer, because that one mode of built-in logic block observer supports signature analysis also. That pattern generation is nothing but signature analysis. Okay, so that mode supports that signature analysis. So you can use built-in logic block observer as a signature analysis circuit also. Okay, So this is about signature analysis. And the last type that we will discuss is a boundary scan test. Okay. Now, what is boundary scan test? So, what is basically idea behind this boundary scan? So, this boundary scan test is actually evolved for the purpose of testing of complex circuits, because nowadays all of you are aware of the density and the complexity of digital circuits are increasing, right? Density and complexity of digital circuits are increasing. To test such a complex and dense circuit, this boundary scan test is very useful. And that to be what you're supposed to do, you have to simply provide one JTAG interface. Okay, that JTAG has its own instruction set for the testing, and with the help of that JTAG, you can easily test the entire circuit. With the help of JTAG, you can easily test the entire circuit, right? And this is what you can say, the effectiveness of this boundary scan test or JTAG test, you can say. It is nothing but JTAG, because this boundary scan test is developed by that JTAG group, right? Joint Test Action Group, right? So that this boundary scan concept is what you can say, their development. So it has many versions. Recently we are using 1149.1 JTAG interface. Okay, so it has some advanced instruction set. Okay, with the help of that instruction set, you can easily test any complex or dense board or chip, you can say, right? So it has particularly JTAG pads that are connected at the boundaries of that particular board or circuit, and uh, as per your requirement, you supposed to program that circuit, and then you can able to develop or you can able to test that entire board, right, very effectively. And it is very effectiveness of this boundary scan test, right? And what is biggest advantage of this boundary scan test is it is useful to test the complex circuit, right? It is useful to test the complex circuit. Clear? All of you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is about unit number 5th. In if you have any doubt related to this unit, okay, unit number 5th, that is testing of logic circuit, you can ask me right now. Otherwise, we'll stop here.